Hi everyone, welcome to Pretty Smart. We are back and revamped. We have some new faces on here, so we will definitely have to introduce ourselves again. My name is Tashay. I go by Ty. I'm from Denver, Colorado, and let's also share our sign. So if you're in the signs, I'm a Virgo, and then let's go with whoever wants to introduce themselves next.
Hi guys, my name is Dree. I'm a Libra.
Where you from?
I'm from Los Angeles, California.
Okay, West Coast, West Coast. Okay.
Hi,
Hi,
my name is
y'all.
Tamara. I'm from Orlando, Florida. I don't do signs, but I guess I am the sign. I'm the sign of beauty.
I know that's right, girl.
Ah,
Okay. You better show out.
My
yes,
name is Madison,
indeed.
and similar to Tamara, I also don't really go by signs, but I am a Capricorn. Technically, I'm from High Point, North Carolina.
Nice. Okay. Okay.
Go ahead.
Hello, everybody. My name is Keziah. Sorry to interrupt. I'm a Capricorn. I'm from Spartanburg, South Carolina, and I love zodiac signs. So I'm so happy you asked about that.
Oh,
And
we love
last but not least,
issues.
my
Don't say
name's
that.
Safana. Yes, ma'am. You already know it. But
Hey.
yeah, my name's Safana. I am currently residing in Gulfport, Mississippi, and my sign is Aquarius.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Gotcha. Love it. So no other Virgos. Boo. But that's okay.
Uh,
I'm
yes.
just kidding. I'm just kidding. So tonight we are talking about relationships. What's your limits? What is the cutoff for you when you just like, all right, I'm done with this. I can't do it no
Hmm.
more. I know we've all had our stories, so let's go ahead and get into that. I want to hear
Um,
from Dree too, what really quick. So, what was your longest relationship?
My
Like,
longest relationship was 9 years.
ooh,
So yeah,
wow.
I did a 9 year bid.
man, and how did that end?
It ended with me leaving.
Period.
What was the cutoff? What was the I'm just done. I can't do this no more.
Okay, so I'm not gonna say what the cutoff was for that particular relationship, but I'm gonna say in general the cutoff would be for me is a man stealing. A man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I
Mm-mm.
mean, but y'all know they do though. Y'all know they do.
No,
Yeah.
I
Okay.
don't. Why
Women
Okay.
would
still
they
do
steal
though.
it?
Women still
Well,
too.
Women steal too, but like when men steal or like when men penny pinch your purse and stuff, that is just like
Oh,
Yeah, that's like you
oh.
on
Some things
drugs.
is
Cause
just
why
really
is you
hard
stealing
to
from
fix.
your woman? Like what?
Y'all
Oh.
gonna have to elaborate this stealing stuff because I have not been what?
That's
No,
pretty.
what?
That's pretty
I
I've
prissy.
heard cheating, lying, but stealing?
Silly.
No.
Yeah, that's a new one. That is a
you
new one.
haven't heard bills from Destiny's
You
Child.
I
know, I
have.
mean,
Love
I
that
have.
song.
are we
That is
showing our age
real.
or what?
Okay.
so when you say
Okay.
stealing, do you mean just like borrowing on a consistent basis and not paying back, or do you mean like he went into your
No,
purse,
I mean
took out a couple
stealing.
hundred?
she
I
said
mean
he went and
stealing,
took
like
it.
taking your credit card and using it without your consent.
Oh my
I
God.
mean going in your purse, taking $20 out and putting gas in your car.
Wow.
To take it out and drive it somewhere else that you don't know.
Okay, but you're
Wow.
saying this though, because it's
Okay.
kind of given what women do, and we think it's cute. So, as a man, is it like, are we like double standard right now?
Well, I
Wait,
just
but
haven't
I don't do that. Well,
I
I
don't do
don't do that.
I
But
don't do
Okay.
that either.
So you wouldn't steal from your man and be like, "Baby, I put some gas in your tank
Yeah,
with your
it's not
money."
stealing. It's
No.
not stealing. What's his is mine.
You
Okay.
know what I
You
mean? So
knew
it's
what
like
you
a
got
double
into when you
standard.
came with me. That but it's different when you a girl. Cause I'm a girl. I'm supposed to be taken care of. So my money is actually my money. Okay, I worked hard for this. As a black woman, you got to do twice as much. As a man, you got to work hard.
Okay.
But you know,
Yeah,
Yes,
I agree with that in a certain aspect. I definitely feel like it should mutually be dealt with on both sides.
Mhm.
Not necessarily like one person's, like everything is just theirs. It should be shared amongst both of them, I feel like. So
right.
I guess it wouldn't necessarily be stealing, but if you go behind my back and do it, then
Yeah.
it's
That's
bad.
a different story. That is actually stealing.
That's stealing. Yeah.
but the credit
It
cards a little too
is.
far. That's credit.
Yeah, credit card is too far.
Credit.
Yeah.
Well, that's, I mean, I've experienced, when you give somebody access, when you give people like your significant other access, you want to be able, or when you tell them things, you want to be able to trust them, right?
Mhm.
So
Right.
you'll leave your purse around or you'll leave money in your car, you know what I mean?
Mm.
Normal things like that. And to me, if I leave my money in the car and I go back in the car and my money's gone, that's stealing to me. If you didn't say,
Right.
babe, the
Absolutely.
$20 that you left in the car, babe, I used it. Now I
Oh,
wouldn't trip off that because it's like, babe, you're informing me that you're using the $20 that I left in the car.
Right.
What's yours is mine, what's mine is ours, that type of thing. But when you don't tell me and I'm like, where's the $20
Mhm.
at? And you just looking at me like,
you done
Oh,
lost the
that's funny.
trust. The trust is gone.
it's over.
Yeah.
I
It's
agree
up.
with that.
It's up.
Well, to the point of the complete deal breakers, what's your limit? I actually have three little points, and I want y'all to chime in on these and see if it's true for you too. So the
Mhm.
first one is abuse of any type: physical abuse, emotional abuse, mental abuse. Secondly, would be infidelity. Okay, that's like one that's really high right now. We know a lot of people are dealing with infidelity from men on
Right.
a consistent basis. And then thirdly, for me, would probably be just a man's lack of ambition, because I'm a very ambitious woman. And so
Mhm.
if I feel like I'm up here and you're right here and I'm doing like this, but you're not meeting me at that level, then I feel like that's a deal breaker for me. So how do y'all feel about those?
I
That's a
agree.
big deal breaker. That ambition.
I do have a question though. Are you single?
I'm not actually, no.
What? Because you said the infidelity thing is a complete no-no, but everybody's doing it. So how do you maintain that?
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, I feel like with my relationship right now, we really have built a strong foundation. I feel like we courted in the first 3 or 4 months of us being together without, dibbling dabbling in any, sexual activity or,
Oh wow.
anything like that. We just, got to know each other, and I feel like that's one part that's really, really important to relationships,
Hmm.
because if you get to know a person and you court them, which courtship, I know that's like an old school word. I'm taking it back a little bit. But if you court a person and you get to know them first, you can kind of rule out those deal breakers up hand. If I
Yeah.
see that you a little funny acting in the first month or first couple of weeks, I can go ahead and cut it off right then and there. But I feel like a lot of people ignore those red flags and they continue just to see the good in that person, and then they get in it, and then they feel like, well, now I'm in it, I can't, just back out now. So they put up with certain things that they normally wouldn't put up with. Um,
Right.
Agreed.
Mhm.
Okay,
Right.
therapist. Yes, come
a little
through.
psychology in there, just a little bit.
Yeah, go ahead. I agree with you though. I definitely agree. Safana, what you think?
Oh,
I
I'm
see you
not
over there
thinking right
making
now.
faces.
Baby, I put up with way too much, way too much.
Currently or in the past you have.
It was in the past because I just lost my husband last year.
Oh no, I'm sorry
Yeah.
to hear that.
Oh, please don't, please don't, please don't,
Oh
please don't.
wait, you didn't do it, did you?
Oh my God, no, no, I did not. No, he was killed last June.
That's a damn good
No,
question.
no, I did not do it. Had nothing to do with it. Um, just to put that out there too. But we were together 34 years and also married over 20 years. But yeah, I put up with a lot of shit. I hate to say it, but yeah, I
Say
did.
it.
Well, I put up with a lot of shit.
Do
What's
you
off limits? Because I want the tea.
question?
What?
Baby, you don't want this tea. It's too much tea.
I have a question. I have a question. So, being that you went through a lot of shit, right? And you said that you went through like, more than probably what you wanted to go through. Like, do you feel like at a point in that relationship that you knew that you should have left? Oh, you were
Oh yeah, I left multiple times.
oh, so you just were coming back and going back and forth.
Yeah, do you know how they talk good?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Your dream. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I bought it. Not
Mm-hmm.
once, not twice, maybe three, four, five. Yeah, I kept buying it like a dumbass. Yeah,
Not
But
a dumbass.
don't
Not a
say
dumbass. A
dumbass,
human being.
dumbass.
A
yeah,
human being.
yeah.
Exactly.
For the sake of my kids, we have 5 children together.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
Yeah, yeah. It was
Hey, I
crazy.
mean,
She
you
said,
know,
I
I
can't
just make
imagine.
sure. The way she said it, it was just like,
It's
you
a
know,
question.
yeah, I killed him. But it's like, no,
No, do not put that out there because that is
yeah,
still like a sensitive, very sensitive,
gotcha.
very sensitive subject. Yeah.
So I have a question. Do you guys feel as though that women we have a tendency of holding on to a dream
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
longer than we should?
absolutely.
I think
Yes.
so.
absolutely. And
Oh yeah.
in my last relationship, I felt like I could have this fantasy life with this particular person. In reality, if I was looking through the eyes that I'm looking through now, I would know, girl, there's no damn way.
Hmm.
But a part of me felt like, well, maybe you try to give people the benefit of the doubt. That's where we fall short
Mhm.
a lot of times as women. It's giving
Yeah.
men the benefit of the doubt when there's no benefit to be of doubt. Like there's nothing to hold on to. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Nothing.
Absolutely. I
I
I
agree with
believe if the man is not showing you, the shit that he's saying, like if it's not
Okay.
up, it's time to exit stage left because you need to
I
show
just
me
post,
exactly what you're saying.
yeah.
baby.
That.
I just posted something like that yesterday on Facebook. If the
Yep.
talk is not aligning with the something, what did I post? Let me see if I can go back to it.
If
And
it's
Precisely.
Yeah,
men
I
have
am a show me, don't
action
tell me girl.
behavior, then it's
men
not
have
worth
a
it.
good
You
game.
know?
That's what
Yeah,
they do. They come in and they sweet talk us, but we
yeah,
gotta
Exactly.
be smart enough to be like, okay, that sounds really good, honey, babe. But what else? Show me something.
Right.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
And you
saying?
know what? That is so true because I remember my cousin. He was saying like, Tamara, you're so smart, but you have to understand, smart girls. It takes y'all longer to get a man for real because no
Every
one
single
can really play
time.
game with y'all. I was
Right.
like, yeah, but I mean, there's high class men out there. Of course, I don't want the dogs
Mhm.
because they ain't got no home training.
But the dogs are the first ones barking.
Yeah, and it's definitely important not to settle. I feel like a lot of women sometimes get tired of waiting around for that
Mhm.
perfect,
Hmm.
relationship.
It's no perfect.
And
And that's
on
what
that point too,
go ahead.
same with you and Madison, like how you guys keep saying that. But how do you feel if it's like a guy you're just like, all right, I'm giving up on this. I don't want it no more. Then he gets to moving on. He lets you know like he's a grown man and you still like, nah, I'm not taking that. So he moves on and treats this other woman just like magnificent, the way you wanted to be treated. Wouldn't you feel away?
I sure would
Yeah,
immediately.
I mean, you can't deny that you wouldn't. I think any woman would, honestly.
Right.
Yeah. So
That
I
could
think
be
that's kind of
happening.
where we get a little torn. We have that hope of like, okay, I don't want this man to grow up with somebody else and treat them right. You want to keep trying with them to see if they'll mature. And then it's just like we tear ourselves down doing that.
Yes,
Yeah, that's like pouring into someone else's cup. And
Hmm.
theirs
And not
empty.
for nothing, I will also say sometimes you are just a lesson. And to be even a harsh truth in this, sometimes you were the crash dummy. Not even to like bash any females, but like you'll go. I've seen relationships where they'll be on and off, and as soon as they offer good, he's married, she's gone too, or she's like,
Right.
or they've been together for like 10 years straight, and then as soon as it's
Yep.
done and they start over again, they start over and they make sure that next relationship is taken care of. And it's like, dang, so was that person a crash dummy?
Yeah,
Were you trying to like? And I feel like part of the reason for some relationships, for the man to grow, he has to go through pain. You have to put like he has to go through pain. He has to learn from trauma for him to get to the other side of the rainbow.
Right.
that is true. I
I
was trying
think
to
a
read
big
this
Well,
real
not
quick.
that rainbow. I'm well. Okay. Anyways,
I was trying to read what it says on here. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. Good men are tired of defending themselves from women. Bad experiences with men they choose. How do you feel about that?
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree because there are good men out there, like there really are, but they're so far
Right.
and few in between, and then a lot of them disguise themselves as really good men, and then you find out, oh my gosh, he's a whore, oh my gosh, he's a scam artist, or oh my
Yeah.
gosh, he's living a double life behind closed doors, like
Maybe.
and it's hard to differentiate between a good man and a just a con artist or just somebody who's looking for that instant gratification and they'll do and
Yep.
say whatever they want to do and say just to get you where they want to get you, but as soon as they got you there, honey, it's a
Yeah.
wrap.
Exactly.
But I
yeah,
feel like as
that
women,
is
we gotta
true.
stop believing the bullshit. Like that is our problem. Like these men are going to sell game to us. They're going to be
All
like,
the time.
baby, I love you. Baby, I want to marry you, baby. But it's like, okay,
All
that
the
sounds really
time.
good. But it's up to us to make them work for it. It's up to us to be like, okay, well, you was just saying how you loved me last week, so show me how much you love me then. Because
Yeah,
you're just
They
talking.
have a hard time showing. They definitely
And
have a
real
hard
men are going to put that action in. With real men
yeah,
are going to show you like this is why I love you. This is why I want to be with you. This is, and they're going to show you. It's going to add up. So
Yeah.
that's when you can
Now,
like.
I will say this too. Like, as for women, I would have just to piggyback off of what Madison said. Like, the good men are hard to find because one, they're either locked away somewhere trying to get themselves together. They're
Yeah.
either lame right now. They're very
time.
appreciative of their masculinity right now. They're trying to find themselves. So like, it's gonna take time to find you a good man. But I also will say, because I heard from from the old heads, it takes you kissing a lot of toes to get to that one frog, to
Oh,
appreciate that one frog. And it's like, I get it, but I'm pretty now. So come on, like, can y'all
Right.
hurry up and
And
grow
then
up?
with
Like,
that,
come
by the
on.
time we do find a man, we label whores, hoes, because we done talked to this guy, this guy, this guy. But
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like, I
Yeah.
mean, we have to get to that guy to get to our good guy. So it's a struggle
Well,
for
not for
us.
nothing for me. I'm not no one gets to touch me intimately unless I know I'm locked in for real. Like I am
fact.
locked in.
Yeah.
If I don't have it, then yeah, we're not going forward.
Gotcha.
Sorry, not sorry to
Mhm.
say it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
They
I
Are
like
you
think
it.
that
okay?
I like that point that you just made, Tamara, because
Boy.
one of the biggest things, and I made that point a little bit earlier about courtship and getting to know that person, and setting your boundaries. One thing about certain men, not all men, but one thing about some men is if you set a boundary that they can't cross, they don't really like that. They don't
Right.
like to feel like they're under somebody else's control or they can't move freely how they want to. So if you set those boundaries up straightforward, a lot of men will weed themselves out of your life anyway because they're not going to want to stay for that. You know what I mean?
Uh-oh, we got company. What's going
Yeah,
on?
that sound is always when the knucklehead guy producer always chimes
Oh
in with
man.
a question. I have a question because first of all, it's very hard for me to watch this because I want to say so much because I've never cheated on any girlfriend or wife that I've had. So, but I had a female friend who was really cool, and there was a perfect guy for her because I know a lot of good guys out there. I'm sorry that people don't believe that, but she would not date him because he was a carpenter and she felt she deserved better than a carpenter. He was a
Hmm.
super attractive dude. Even though he was a carpenter, he made really good money. He took care of his money, and they'd go on these dates, and he took really good care of her. And I said, "Well, what's the problem?" And the only hang up was he's a carpenter.
Oh, the title.
What does she want? An athlete
Right.
who's gonna do her dirty?
Well, that's
Right.
it was
That's
just
what
one
they
of my
want.
points of saying is sometimes when we're saying good men, and I get women's troubles because I had two sisters, of course,
Right.
but I've also seen the side where there's the perfect guy for you, but you don't like his social status.
Yep.
Hmm.
Yep.
You know? And then it's like now we're
Good point.
labeling him, but he's a good man. But it's like, so, you know,
Mhm.
what do you do with that?
Jesus was a
I,
carpenter.
I,
We don't know if he was a
Okay.
good carpenter because maybe that's why he went into another line of work.
Okay. Who is this earthbound?
I agree with that comment because a lot of women, we and guys, we cannot sit here and act like we don't know. We want a certain image and we want a guy that looks a certain way. Most of the
Mm.
time, not all the time, but a lot of times when women are going after a dude, that eye candy is kind of what we look for. And is he making good money? And is he da 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 whatever? But a lot of times we miss out on blessings because we don't see that person really for who they truly are, and we see just that one thing that we can't get past. Like,
Mm.
Right.
honey, you can be a carpenter, you can be a mechanic. Like, it doesn't matter. I don't care how you get your hands dirty, but if as long as you're providing and taking care and you're a good man, I feel like that shouldn't matter, and that's shallow of women at
But
times.
you know what? If we're being honest, because if I've seen a lot of men associate their identity with their occupation. And I feel like that's really bad because just like, no, you are you. You don't, your job doesn't make you. You make the job. You are the brand. And
Amen.
I feel like if women were less shallow in that light, it
Yeah,
would actually help men's mental health because men ain't that well with emotional intelligence anyway. So,
Amen.
you got to help a little bit.
Yeah,
yeah,
that makes sense. I feel like materialism gets in the way of a lot of relationships nowadays,
Yes. Agreed.
mhm, it
unfortunately.
definitely does.
I
Yeah.
Absolutely.
think that as long as everyone is being taken care of, the job shouldn't matter at the end of the day.
And it's
Agreed.
okay to have standards for yourself, of course, but I feel as though that when you're trying to live a lifestyle and you're trying so hard to get that lifestyle, you become desperate and then you totally forget that not all good money, I mean that all not all money is good money. Like one thing
Right.
my
Right.
Jamaican mom always told me is not to take everything from people because you don't know what's attached to it.
Right.
That's true.
Exactly.
Amen.
Yep. That
I
is the
agree
truth.
with that. Tomorrow, what was your longest relationship?
A year and some change and I got up out of there. I was actually
Hmm.
just telling my coworker, I was like, I'm so happy that I got my heart broken at a very young age because the girlies out here, oh my gosh, they are not leaving their men alone. They are not giving their partner anything. And I feel like it was good for me to get my heart broken because I was able to learn my lessons earlier before I can reach 25.
Gotcha.
Hmm.
But the reason why I left was because I don't do well with insecurities. I learned that when
Oh
a man
yes,
is
girl.
really, really, really like when he's really insecure, he gets misogynistic. Oh, you can't
Mm-hmm.
talk to boys.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
don't do this.
Yeah. I
Don't
don't
do
like
that.
that.
And it's all just to his insecurities. And it's just like I'm not doing it. I'm not dealing with nobody with insecurities. No
Yep.
anxious avoidant attachment styles. No anxious attachment styles. And I need you as a man to like literally be confident and trust me that yo, I got your back. But if you're always being on, if you're always like paranoid, I'm gonna cheat on you, whatever the case may be. I'm not dealing with this because I can't cure your. I'm not gonna fill your void, and I'm not gonna cure your insecurity. So you gonna
Right.
have to meet me somewhere.
Right.
Yep.
And
And
that's
that's
not our
typically the
job as
case.
women.
And I definitely agree. Tomorrow's smart. She is wise beyond her years.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
on point right now.
How do you
Yeah,
all
I
feel?
just see a lot of stuff, and I'm just like, guys, if we could just like sit down, start at zero, and work our way up to 100, we'd be better in life. You know?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Agreed.
How do you all feel about listening to people? Because you've seen people outside of that relationship, and sometimes a happy relationship, help ruin that relationship by interjecting things that really aren't happening.
Mm.
Yep. It's happened before to me, so
I feel like you
what
should keep people out of your relationship, honestly. Period.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter. Friends too, like your homegirl. Don't tell your homegirl everything your man did that made you mad or that
mhm.
pissed you off or that
Yeah.
Or
Don't,
that
don't
made you
Especially if
feel
they're
good.
ghosting him.
because I'm gonna go
Yeah.
sometimes. Your
Yeah,
homegirl will go
overall, I
in
feel
your head
like
and say, "Girl, if he was doing that,
relationships.
he gonna do this," and then it'll fuel you and be like, "Ugh." Well, you'll start acting and moving on those kind of things.
Exactly.
Overall, I feel like
I had a
relationships.
friend who was so surprised because her friend cheated on her with her boyfriend, and I'm looking at her as like, You told her a story about how he threw you all around the bedroom.
Okay. Yeah.
What?
She did too much.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
what were you saying? I think you were saying something
Oh,
too.
I was just saying that I feel like overall a relationship is between, just those two individuals. So no one else should really know everything that's going on in the relationship. If other people know every single detail, I feel like it's no longer an intimate connection with that person.
Very
If that
true.
makes sense.
Now I
Yeah.
have a question now. Wait. What's the difference between y'all being low key and he literally just not like
Oh,
he's literally hiding you?
yeah.
Because
That's the
some women
first.
want to be loved out loud to have
Yeah.
that recognition.
I think it's a
Yep.
preference. I think honestly, it's a preference in the relationship. It's between like each of
Hmm.
them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Because,
It
like
depends
you
on the person.
said, even some women want to be loved out loud, and some women are cool with their relationship not being seen.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there is a difference. I just feel like, you could tell like guys that are sneaky versus guys that are private.
I was
It
just
is a
about to
big
say that.
difference. And
Yeah.
sneaky guys always get caught. They are not as slick as they think
Absolutely.
they are.
You
They
got
always
other shit going on.
exactly.
Men
So
are just not good cheaters. Like men
Ain't
are
with
just
it.
yeah,
not good
at
cheaters.
all.
Ain't with it at all.
Oh, who's good at it?
We are.
Women don't cheat; they
We
cheat
are.
back.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, stop it.
Nah,
Stop it.
I mean,
I've
hey,
seen a couple of women cheat before. Either it was revenge cheating or
thank
just
you.
like they
No,
didn't
I
want
We
they.
listen.
don't cheat. We cheat back. I mean,
Not
not
putting
we.
that's
Women.
first of
You know, them
all,
women.
that's a
They.
lie.
Okay.
Not to
Look.
put my personal
Correction.
not to put my personal business out there, but I'm put out there anyway. I had parents, and one of them was a serial cheater. And
Oh my
newsflash, it was not my dad.
God.
That's
Like
nothing we
yeah,
don't know about the situation.
No,
That
no,
is
no.
nothing
Trust me,
we
it's
did.
been 30 something years. I got all the deets.
Oh,
Oh my
and
Right.
you
goodness.
know when women cheat, it's always emotional. So
Yeah.
daddy issues, trauma.
Why
Mhm.
y'all gonna sit up here and act like it ain't just some straight up hoes out here? That every woman,
No, you're
Oh.
right.
That's
I
what
You
I'm
mean,
need to
Not
saying.
log
that,
off.
because I've
You need
seen
to
them.
log off.
just
Yeah.
like y'all on this screen were picked here because y'all are good women. There are a bunch of women that are pretty that I didn't pick because I know they ain't about shit.
Oh.
So
yeah. I hope they
Oh.
not watching.
You're not on there. Right,
God.
right.
Bad.
they could be watching Melanie, Tiffany, Trisha.
Oh.
Don't get
Dion, you
cussed.
dropping
Don't be doing
names.
that now.
Oh,
That's getting cussed
Name
out.
No,
drop.
because I will tell you a short story. Because my wife said this when I was married to, my ex-wife. We lived on South Beach, and I went to a coffee shop to get something while we were waiting to go somewhere. And I ran into a girl that I knew from high school. She, hey, and I, hey, and so we sat on a little patio, and we were talking about stuff that happened in high school. And my wife walked up, and I waved. She came and sat down next to me. We finished our conversation, and then we left. And the girl texted me because she was amazed my wife wasn't tripping. And I said, my wife has always told me, I don't need to trust them. I just need to trust you.
right.
Okay.
Yeah,
Period.
agree.
She
Yeah.
knows
Exactly.
I wasn't out there doing nothing crazy. So there wasn't any, who is this? What's going on? And then now I got to avoid an
Yeah.
awkward situation by tap dancing. And I never had to feel I had to do that. So it's
Right.
all about that one thing we're always talking about, communication. If you want a man to love you
Yeah.
out loud, date a man that loves to love people out loud.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But the one
Has
fault
been
that I
terrible.
always see, and then I'm going to shut up for the rest of the show, is I watch too many women try to change who they want to date. Denzel Washington was asked, out of all your characters, because he used to be the biggest heartthrob in Hollywood, who do women love the most? And they always say Lorenzo from Training Day. And they go, why? He was the only bad guy you played. They always say they can change him when I ask them that. I can fix him.
No.
You've
Stop
No.
already
building a
lost. If
bear.
you got to fix him, you've already lost.
Yep.
Right.
Oh
Absolutely.
my gosh. Okay, hold up. So let's talk about that really fast, okay? So once again, I was at work and this random thought came to me, and I was thinking about Sky Jackson. And I just started to laugh because it reminded me back to my YN era. And I can proudly say I'm a YN survivor. Okay? I'm a YN survivor.
Me
Now,
Oh.
not for
too.
nothing, my first
Me
YN,
too.
he did change his ways for me. Like, he completely changed his ways for me. His mom thanked me, the school thanked me, everybody thanked me. But after I left, he went back to his regular day routine. But One thing I can say, I'm not building no bear. We're not doing that. That was me. That was hopeless romantic me. Now I'm a lover girl me. I don't do those things.
Mm.
Okay, girl. First of all, older generation here.
Girl.
A
Why?
YN is a young N word.
Yeah,
Oh, gotcha.
it's
I'm
like
like,
this new
girl,
generation of
what's YN?
they
My
look
bad.
at
Yeah.
Come on, Ty.
All right, Earthbound. Who is
Oh,
Earthbound? Because
Earthbound it has
I don't
I
know,
know
but
that she is
she
tap, tap,
said
tap in.
she
Look
said
at
we
her.
all need fixing, but Bill Burr always said this thing. Every time me and my wife says we need to fix us, I already know she's talking about me because of course she's on this pedestal and everything's fixed already. And he said this one thing I said all the time. Good men tend to run if they feel trauma that someone hasn't gotten over.
yeah.
Mm,
bag lady. Don't
not the
be a
same.
bag lady. Erica said it.
Mhm. Yep.
She said it.
Ooh.
Yeah, that is
So
true.
I have a really quick question for y'all. So a lot of times people don't leave relationships because they feel like they have history in their relationship. How do y'all feel about that? Because I personally feel like history doesn't mean stay.
No, it does not.
Who doesn't?
Why? If we've been like history is toxic. You know what I mean? I feel like you
I
guys have
was.
gotten to a point already where like it's not working. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So why are you gonna keep trying to revisit something that wasn't able to be fixed
Right.
previously? You know?
I'll say this. I understand why, because of the memories and the oxytocin and the serotonin and all those good things.
Ah,
But also when it
God.
comes down, even the sex, I would even say like I'll agree, like history really don't mean anything. I feel like if I had a terrible past with you and the present isn't cute either, I'm not too sure if I want to continue in the future.
Right.
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 If
Right.
that makes sense.
The
I'm not
future
gonna
is
hold on to what was and hope that it will revamp because
right.
I've seen many people I've seen many toxic relationships that have moved on to marriage and the resentment is terrible. And I
Yeah.
never really understood how like the marriage highs are cute, but those lows are
Mm-hmm.
terribly ghetto. So if
They
you
the
already started
hell.
off really bad before the marriage, I can only imagine what it's gonna look like 3 years in, 5, 7, 25 years, even if you make it
Yeah.
past the three.
Yeah.
Like
Agreed.
Yeah.
Religious people cheat the most. I'm gonna skip that because we're not gonna get into religion and
Who
stuff.
said that?
What happened?
But
Oh, religious
religion,
people cheat the most.
Oh my God. Who you talking about?
why?
Who are
Now,
Hi,
you
I
talking
don't
about?
know about
Tiara.
I don't know about my generation of kingdom men right now. I don't know
Hey,
about that one,
welcome,
but them old
Tiara.
school
Yeah.
pastors of the black church, I can concur. But these ones, I don't know.
I
I
feel
don't know.
like
I know
I
them
feel
pastors
like
be having them lined up, baby.
these
If
new
you don't know, if you them
pastors,
deacons or the reverends, I forgot which one.
it
The
be all
reverend and
It
them
don't
deacons.
matter. All
it
right.
be
It don't
all
even
of
matter.
it don't matter
All of them.
Hmm.
because
All of
they be so engulfed in God and Jesus.
them. Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
On the
And
front
all
line,
of
though.
all of
I
those
don't know about
women.
my kingdom. I don't know about the ones nowadays. I met some good, solid men of God, but I've
Mm.
never
No,
like I said, them
nobody never
old school
hypocrite.
church folk. Yeah, y'all got it. Y'all got it.
These new school
I
church
ain't got
people,
it.
these new school church people are sick too. They're real
Yeah.
sick
Right.
as well.
Very sick.
I
Very,
agree
I
with
think
that.
they're as sick as the
very.
old ones.
They
Put me
sickety sick.
on. I live under a rock, so you don't have to put me on.
Girl, go
Baby,
on
you don't want to
Instagram.
be on.
It's
You
all
don't
over
want to be
Instagram.
on.
I don't want to touch the religion, but I did want to mention before we got off of here this whole Remy Ma and Papoose that's been all over the
I
blogs, all
told you
over
I did
social
not touch
media.
that yet. I didn't read up on it yet.
What's going on with him?
Man, so I mean, there's been rumors that she was cheating on him, right? And
Oh yeah, with that.
everyone praises Papoose because he held her down while she was in prison. And so they've been dragging her name because she
That
quote
she
unquote
cheated?
cheated. I don't know for sure if she did. I'm not in a business like that, but the rumors were that she cheated. And now she's coming out with all of these text messages, all of this stuff about a girl that was trying to be like her that's now with him.
Oh,
And
Oh,
so he was
so
probably cheating too.
Yes, but
Okay.
it's still
Okay.
everyone hates Remy though. Remy's the one
Right,
that was
because
the
she was
dog.
the one that was
Exactly.
exposed.
Exactly.
But he probably was
Exactly.
cheating first, and she probably just was like, "I'm tired too. Let me go find a new boo too."
Because don't
Okay.
get me wrong, Papoose on the reality show, whatever reality show he was on, he seemed like a really stand up guy. However, Remy Ma was in prison for how long? Like 16 years, or she was in jail for a long
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
No, I
Y'all
think she was
really
in
think
jail for
that
like
he was
a
faithful to her
year or
that
two.
whole time?
Hmm.
Yeah, no, he was not. I
Okay.
don't believe that.
Well,
I don't
we
Okay.
believe that.
we don't know, but
But then again, he could have held her down. I'm not gonna do him like that.
he
I'm not
could
gonna do
Could have
have.
that.
held her down, but I don't think he was faithful.
Possible, but probably
Could
not.
have held her down and two other women down all at the
Thank
same damn
you.
time.
Like I,
Baby,
I'm not buying it. Like
I
she
ain't
was in
putting
prison
shit
for a long
past that
time.
man.
He
You
probably
can't.
could
And
have. There's some people who are just cut like that. Like they're
Yeah,
cut
they
like that.
cut.
no,
There's
like
a few.
solid.
Huh?
There's
Where
solid
they at?
men
Yeah.
and solid women in this world, yes, but that is a choice. That is a choice. Like it is a choice to be solid, just like it is a choice to cheat. You know what I
Right,
mean?
And a
Regardless.
lot of people don't make the right choice ever.
Yeah.
right.
But it happens though. This is the thing. I just feel like as human beings, like cheating is not one of my like I'm gonna break up with you type of things. But
Oh Lord, what you say? At
if
least he did it. Shut the
Listen,
damn
give
door.
it
if
We
I
gonna
back.
close the
you're
whole
cheating,
house up.
because if you're cheating, right? If you're cheating, right? And I don't know about it, but you're still taking care of home. You're still handling this. Like I
See, no, that's still
What I don't
bullshit.
know won't hurt me.
I don't know.
But
I
what if
don't
you find
know.
out?
So
Yeah. What if you find out?
You
Oh,
found out because
it's
you being
over.
nosy.
over because you're being sloppy now. Like
What
now
he
I
said,
know.
Thank
you be
you.
What you mean?
nosy.
I'm being nosy. You know a
He
woman's
says you're being
intuition.
nosy.
If you
Yes.
get caught, it's your own fault.
Yeah.
You know a woman's
Yeah.
intuition. If we get that one dream and it's like,
Baby, and it's
Mm-hmm.
it
over.
smells different in here
Right.
now.
Yes.
Ah, girl, that dream, baby, that dream tells it all.
Oh
Them
my
hair, that's
God.
not my
Every
hair strand.
detail.
When my hair strands are on your dashboard, that don't make any
Yeah.
sense.
Tamara is so right. Like the third year of my marriage, my wife smacked me in my sleep, and I said, "What happened?" In her Jamaican voice, she goes, "You cheated on me in my dream." I'm like, what?
That's crazy.
But the one time, guys, the one time I had that dream, I found out that that person really was cheating, and they was cheating bad,
Hard,
Mm.
huh?
really bad. Yeah,
What's
and the
considered
dream was
bad?
about one of my ex best friend, and then a friend of mine that was from high school. That we were friends, but we weren't like super close. But it was just the matter of fact of it being my friends, which gave it even more of a depth. Child, when I tell you, I woke up out my sleep sweating like.
Lord
And he's
Jesus.
like, "What's the matter with you?" And I'm like, "You know what's the matter with me? What are you talking about?
Mm.
Please." But come
I
to
have a
find out,
question for the audience. Deborah Caesar, what school of thought is so 50s that you were talking about? Please let us know. And Tiara
Yeah, that's
said
good to
that
know.
she has heard that before. Um,
But
in Earthbound, I don't know who Earthbound is, but she said, all y'all have lied and cheated. Stop playing. I don't know who that is, but that is incorrect.
I
I
have
know a
not
couple
everybody.
people.
ever cheated.
Yeah,
Maybe
I
I
know a
will
couple.
I
cheat,
haven't
but not
known
Earthbound
you
cheat.
need to go
ever.
mind their business. Earthbound.
Right.
Earthbound is going in on us.
Yeah, show me the evidence.
Yes, they are.
Show me the evidence. Earthbound, you might be reflecting. That might be what's happening.
I think that's what's
Deflect.
going. Yeah.
I don't know if it's a male or a female. It just says Earthbound, but sometimes the
Yeah.
comments make me think it's a female, and sometimes it's a male. No, it could be both. It's 2024. Who knows?
I
It
don't
threw
know.
me off with the with you not without sin, cause I'm like, is we crippling in here? What's going on?
I missed
Not
that
even
one.
us.
As
Like,
long as he's
Oh, I get
taking
it.
care
I
of
Deborah says the
him.
50s thought was as long as he's taking care of home. So Deborah, that was the thing I was talking in the before the show came. I know a lot of women back in the day that young women don't put up with is they told no matter what, you make it work. Who cares if
Yeah.
he's hit you 3 times or he's cheated on you
Right.
4 times or
we
so
ain't
when they
doing
say
that no
people
more.
don't stay together anymore, women and men alike don't put up with as much shit as they used to.
Hmm.
I think the reason why is because, for one, during those times, the 50s, let's see, that's before the civil rights movement, that's before the
Mhm.
They had
money
it
crash,
available.
that's during the World War, I think that was after the Great Depression, right?
Mhm.
A lot of things, like, the economy affects how marriages happen nowadays, right? People are
Yeah.
shacking just to make sure they're not, they have a roof over their
Yeah,
head.
that's true.
Yeah.
A lot of
Mhm.
it too is the fact that like as back then women didn't have a lot of rights that we have now. So
Or
we weren't
education.
allowed to go out and do as many things to make the money, and if we did, sometimes that was shunned upon. They're like, go ahead and then walk in there, walk barefoot and pregnant, and do your job in the house.
Yeah.
So that was frowned upon. So they had to depend on their man because if they didn't have their man, what were they going to be out on the street?
This is
Right.
why when I see women today that are like housewives, and I always ask them, why you're sitting at home tidying up, taking care of kids, when all the kids are at school, instead of watching TV, are you like taking classes? Are you working out? Like you got to keep yourself up because you go ahead and pop out puppies and get unattractive while he's working and going to the gym, and then he leaves and you stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look like Chuck, like I was.
I,
Tierra, I was gonna say too, with
Huh.
that, he might manifest that. So he may want to stop either dreaming or telling you about that. Just saying. She said, my husband, well, significant other who I have been with for 8 years, not legally married, he used to dream about me cheating, but I'm not and never did.
Mm,
If he keeps bringing it up, he's going to
baby.
manifest that.
he opened
She's
that
Yes.
so
door.
right. Because one of my girlfriends that
Yeah,
kept accusing me
yeah.
of cheating, and I couldn't figure out why, and then I found out she was cheating. So
Mm,
I must have been cheating.
right. Wow.
Okay,
Okay.
That's
Earthbound,
not
you're
going to be doing it
confusing
like
me.
that.
Are we
Earthbound is
pros or are
going
we
in.
Jesus? Like, what is happening? You're going from gangster to religious over
I
and over.
know.
Earth, Earthbound said we all sinners.
We all sinners. Hey,
Well, he was
I
friends with
guess
the.
we all ain't shit, huh?
Yeah, I'm not even. Let's try it.
I mean,
Well,
because
Yes,
you
ma'am.
have a man, let a man let the men have conversations like this, and they gonna go in on us.
They
Yes,
gonna in
every
on
single
us.
time, sis.
no, I stop him. I stop him
Why is that?
because I'm a person that does not believe in sweeping generalizations. Like Tasha, you know my story. We talked about it on Pretty Smart before. How I met my wife. We married in 2007. We separated in 2012. I stayed married to her for 2 years ago because her and her new fiance, even though he couldn't propose, they've been dating since 2015. So for 7 years, I didn't allow them to get married simply because both of them had really crappy insurance. And I was like, when you one of you gets better insurance, then you can put a ring on her finger. And so
Mm.
2 years ago, insurance got better, divorce paperwork got put in, and they got married. I surprised them with it. So
Well,
you
that's
can't, I
maturity.
don't believe you can tell someone you love them with all their heart. And then even when it doesn't work out, you just leave them hanging.
Oh
My
yeah,
goodness.
I'm
Disgusting.
with
That's
you on
maturity.
that.
That's real love.
Yeah, that's
Nowadays,
true right
That is
there.
a real man. That's a real man.
Yeah.
yeah, because nowadays, man, they bitter. No,
Please.
Well,
they
you know
want to
what?
get every
For
down.
for men and women, you know what it is, and I'm gonna say for both. This is the reason why I am friends with almost all of my exes, and it didn't bother her. How you leave. Everything has an expiration date, and the problem is we stay too long. When the writing's on the wall, break up while it's amicable and you both don't hate each other. But people, they hang on until now. The vitriol and the venom is being spat out, and now we need to separate.
Yeah.
You had me at your friends with all your exes. Please tell me how this
I
works
didn't
every
say
24
I didn't
hours.
say all. I didn't say
Oh,
all because the
oh,
three cheaters can kick
I
rocks.
am too.
Okay,
I am
I
too
didn't,
though.
again, what I
because
just said.
I don't know if I could
The
be friends with
separate,
any of
the
my exes.
separate. Well, it depends on, again. It's not all of them. It depends on how you leave. I have one ex. The only reason why we broke
Mm.
up is because we moved halfway across. We moved across the country from each other. That was 2007. It's not like it is today. If it was today, we wouldn't have broke up. But back then, I'm like, I'm not trying to do this couch country thing. So we've been friends for what 15 years now. There's no reason not to be friends anymore. I didn't do anything to her. She didn't do anything to me. We just moved across country.
Hmm.
We're just not sexually into each other, but we're friends.
Okay.
Hmm.
And you have to be
Yeah,
mature to
I'm
be able
22,
to date
so.
someone who can deal with that. Because you
Right.
know what?
yeah.
How many times have you ladies had a friend, and most of your close friends have lasted longer than the relationships you've been in? So who you gonna get rid of?
Hmm.
Right.
A
Not
lot
my
of us, we would get rid of the friend before we would get rid of the man
I'm
because
not getting rid
the
of my
friend can't do what the man can. So,
Well, those are
I
called
don't know about that.
FWBs, Taisha.
Well, honestly, no. I can if like I said, back when I was a hopeless romantic, then yeah, I'm getting rid of the friend. But now that I'm an adult, whole different mindset now, it's like it's all depending on the relationship and the bond
Right.
and
yeah,
how it started and the
I
foundation of
feel
the relationship.
I feel like I definitely would get
Being
rid of the
friends with
boyfriend
exes is
before I
a
get
trap.
rid of the friend.
Yeah, this is Earthbound speaking to the immaturity. That's again, being friends with exes is a trap, a possible convenient. That's you doing that. It takes two people to have sex. So is that
It
the friend's
does.
problem or is that
You're
your
such a
problem too?
dick. Is that
Well,
what that
yeah.
said?
Yes.
It's
It says convenient dick.
Oh my God. I didn't want to put my glasses on, but damn, I had to sit up to see if that's what the
yeah, I
ex
had to put up
said.
too.
Okay, I have
I
a
ain't gonna lie,
question
I'm a little
now.
guilty.
The
I have a
fuck?
real
What?
question.
What is going on?
What do you mean? A
Come
live
on,
show is
Earthbound.
going on.
Okay, and Earthbound, he can answer this question too, or this person can answer this question too.
I
My
have
bad.
no they
But
have too much trauma to answer this question. Like everything they're saying is like,
Agreed.
who hurt you?
right.
Not protection.
So my grandma, God rest her soul, she always told me that girls and guys are not supposed to be friends. They don't hang around each other. And I never understood what she meant by when she said that until I got older and I started having guy friends. But it matured into me learning that it's not about girls and guys can't be friends. It's if you have a female friend or a male friend or a friend of the opposite gender or the same gender that you know is attracted to you, y'all can't be friends.
Yeah.
Y'all
Right.
agree with that?
No,
I agree to an
I
extent.
actually had a best friend
I
like
don't
that.
agree with
Experience.
that. I
I
don't agree
agree.
with that.
I had a best friend. We were both attracted to each other. We never did anything. Not, I mean, the most we ever did was hug. That's it. Like never any
Come
kind
on,
of
Ty.
intimacy at
Come
all.
on,
And
Ty.
Okay.
everyone suspected us. Everyone was like, "Oh, y'all dating? Y'all be messing around behind,
Come on,
y'all's
Ty.
girlfriends or boyfriends'
I'm
back."
with Ty. I'm with
Never,
Ty.
never.
Because
And he was handsome. He was very handsome. And I'd be like, "Ooh, go best friend, you handsome," But no, I
Girl.
never went there with him because we had such a close bond that he was like a brother to me. So I didn't look at him as like, oh, I would want to sleep with him. I'm attracted to him. No, he was like my bro. So it was
So
like no
where's he now?
limits. I don't want to lose that friendship that we have.
Is it
Where's
the
he now,
saying
Ty?
of you can't help who you're attracted to and love, but you can help what you do? Sometimes you're gonna be in love with multiple people. If you're attracted to one person and somebody's like that, you may be attracted. You can only help what you do.
Right.
May that love never find me. Only
Yeah.
have eyes for me, please. I'm
Ty.
22, guys. Okay, 22.
Oh my God, Earthbound. How old? I need to know how old this person is. Because you keep
The
saying,
younger generation got
because
it.
I just love how people say certain things can't happen, but you've seen those things happen. It's just you don't have the ability to control
Thank
yourself.
Yeah.
you. Exactly.
I feel like as long as that mutual respect and trust is maintained and those
Yep.
boundaries are respected, it's possible.
It
Right.
is possible. I believe that too.
Agreed.
Okay. I mean, I
Somebody call my
guess.
name. Who called my name? I heard somebody say Ty.
Me. That was me.
Oh, what'd you say? I'm
I,
sorry.
where was the guy at now? The best friend.
Okay, so we did end up like ending our friendship only because like he moved away,
Mm.
I moved away, and then we kind of just started living our lives differently. So it
Oh.
wasn't like oh, we got mad at each other. No, like if I could find his information, because I went through so many phones, that was like 10 years ago.
Right.
So it's like if I could find his information, I would definitely hit him up and be like, hey, how's life? But yeah, we
Hmm.
just moved different
Yeah, and
places.
then his girlfriend will be like, "Who is that?"
Yeah.
Right.
See, you
Darn
Oh
gotta
it.
be
my
careful
gosh,
with
that
that.
actually happened to
Stop.
me. I remember when that happened to me. I had a good guy friend. I don't know where he is anymore. But that was my favorite guy friend. And as soon as he found his
Stop.
woman, she got so protective. She talking about some don't talk to my man. I was like, I'm
Yeah, they
supporting
do
y'all
that.
together. I love y'all together. She
Right.
getting
They
mad
do
at me.
that.
I'm like, and then she just took my friend away from me. I'm just
Yep.
like, oh
That happens. That happens. Having a good guy friend is so cool though, because they give you the best advice on men.
They do. She
Like
took
it's
him from
amazing.
me.
No, but there's this one guy. I think he's real cool. He's probably on here. I don't know, but sometimes he jumps on the Pretty Smart cast or the videos. But anyways, he's like I always go to him for advice on everything. But he does have an attraction for me, so I feel like sometimes he's always like, "Don't talk to him. He don't like you," or "Don't talk
Nice.
to this person." And it's like, wait, you got to give me real legit reasons to why I shouldn't talk to this person. But he be on
That's
point with it.
everyone.
He do be on point with it. So I just like, okay, I'm gonna take a little bit of that
I
advice.
figured out something, yo.
What you
Earthbound
figure out?
likes Tamara because she the only one get compliments on this whole damn thing. It's
Okay.
Tamara. So
Literally.
who is this Tamara?
Okay.
I have no idea.
He
But
says
hi.
hello,
Expose
A fan
smart.
yourself.
club.
Earthbound, what's
It's
your
Darla.
real name?
Right, because they just keep talking about how smart and right you are. Everybody done had a million good
That
points.
might be your best friend, your new best friend.
No best friend. Friend.
Oh,
It's
Oh,
okay.
he's 24? Okay, he's not that far off from me.
No, the name is
It's a
Keisha.
she. This is
it's just a
Keisha.
girl.
That's
Say
a stud.
Keisha.
That's a stud.
That was a plot twist. All right. Well,
Right.
Keisha.
She relates to you more though, I'm guessing, because y'all kind of the same generation.
Nah, I think I'm just a vibe and she get it. I think that's
Okay, well, I accept that too, girl.
Whatever.
Yes.
Oh
it's
my
okay. It's
goodness.
okay.
Hmm.
Well,
Hmm.
So, anyways, who didn't we get? We didn't get everyone's last relationship. Was it Kazaya? Did we miss you? What's your longest
Oh,
relationship?
my longest relationship, I've only had two relationships. They both lasted 2 months. So,
Oh,
yeah.
I'm not laughing.
Cause
What?
I, boy, you don't play.
at all. She don't play at all.
Cause I got their ass on a chopping block.
Yes, yes,
Oh
I
my.
did. I didn't start dating until I turned 18, not on purpose, but just because that was when I just so happened to find someone when I was like, oh, I date you. I could see myself possibly marrying you. It did not work out. It was like a little quick little, 1-2 out type thing. And
Oh.
it was a very, very interesting breakup just because I feel like that was a relationship where my friends were very, very involved in
Hmm.
everything that happened. So I just don't think that we really were able to have that connection, like I was saying earlier. And that's why it's one of my biggest pet peeves when everyone is involved in everything that's happening in the relationship.
You learned from it though. That's
Yeah,
good.
definitely. Yeah,
2 months.
yeah.
I'm gonna
Dang.
ask, do
The
y'all think a
last
man knows? Do y'all really believe a man knows?
Knows
Knows
what?
what?
knows what?
Like they know it's you, you're the one. I don't think a man.
Yes.
I
it
believe they
depends
do.
on the
Yeah,
man.
they do
If a
know.
man is if a man is
They
not
do
at a
know.
point in his life where he's already done his work for him, then he's not gonna know because he has all the other distractions of what he's trying to do and become
I'm gonna
himself
tell
to
you how we
see
know.
what's in front of him.
I'm gonna tell
Okay,
you.
Um,
how do you?
You know,
Feel it.
Tell
Feel
us.
it.
it's just like when a girl tells me and I tell her you need to change all of that what you're wearing and doing, and they're like, I get a lot of play. In words be in my. I'm like, who's asked you to marry them? When we ask, we know.
Okay, question. Because I got follow up now because I've seen men who thought they knew
And didn't.
Those aren't
and
men.
Right.
Those aren't men. You gotta
Those are
remember.
men.
You gotta remember. The age doesn't justify your manhood.
no, absolutely,
So I did
absolutely.
want to ask y'all this before we get off. Gender relationships. For example, I had a friend that told one of my friends, "You don't love yourself because they're in an open relationship." And I said, "Well, they've been in an open relationship for 13 years. Your closed ones have lasted 8 months on average. So I can't judge them for being in an open relationship. What do you think about judging people who have what's called these alternative relationships? It may not be for you, but do you judge someone that is if they're happy?"
No,
no,
that's
I'm
not
on my
my
business.
business.
If it works for them, do what works for you.
Right, I'm not doing it, but yet, dude, you.
Yeah, I
Right.
don't think I could be happy with that either.
No, you haven't. Absolutely not.
I
No,
don't like sharing.
no. And in reality, it wasn't intended to be like that. If we want to get
Right.
technical about it, but you
Right.
know, technically, we were meant for one person, in today's society, it's not really how it is. But I feel like an open
That's
relationship is
true
just
though.
opening up doors of just sloppiness and just chaos. Even if it's fine for the first 10 years,
Well, you
eventually
know, you got that
that's
kind
not
of
gonna
backwards, right?
that's not gonna fly.
Yes,
I
it's
don't
too
think
much.
that's true.
You know, you got that kind of backwards, right?
I think that men can have multiple women if they can afford them, and if they can take care of them all the same. I mean, in the Bible it says, you know, a long time ago that men had multiple wives as long as they were taking care of them the same. It's
No.
a respect thing. I think that this like time is just so disrespectful. They're just so sloppy with it. And most men just can't take care of multiple women. But I believe like if it's an open conversation and a man is able to take care of multiple women in the same manner and
I don't know about that.
provide for all of them in the same manner, I think that when I think that it will be all good. I
I
mean,
Yeah.
like that it says humans were not meant to be monogamous instead of men, because it's
Yeah,
always
because
the
not for
men
nothing,
who are not
monogamy was invented by women. But I will also say, like, when it comes to marriage, so that religion does come into play, and also it's depending on how you structure the relationship. Do you want it monogamous, or do you want more than one person? And if so, tell the truth, because you never know who's gonna be down
tell
for it,
the truth.
not, or who's gonna put you on. You never know.
Just
Mhm.
Actually,
what?
actually, it was changed by men because what used to happen was when a woman's husband died and she became a widow, she was not allowed to remarry. She was not allowed to remarry. But
Hmm.
why did that get changed? Well, think about it. If you're a bunch of men in a town and the hot chick husband dies and no one can marry her, so of course everything serves in the end of the day a men's purpose. And
So she just
Earthbound,
had
you're
visitors.
Earthbound, you say things that sound good, but you don't really think about it. Open relationships will never work. Well, they work just as often as the closed ones have. So
yep.
I mean, everybody in an open relationship, even if they know it or not.
Who's
So
everybody?
Yeah, you're
I
Alright.
right.
think that the
so
disconnect is just with
I
us.
Alright.
do want to add this because I had just seen this on social media and I had to sit there and think about it. So this guy said, cheating is like when you open your music page and you delete all the music but one song.
Hmm.
I sat there like, wait, what? Yeah. So I was like, okay, so you're saying if you're in a monogamous relationship, you're comparing it to you listening to all these songs, but then you go down and delete all of them and just listen to that one song over and over and over.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Well,
I was like,
not for
wow.
nothing. They say like committed relationships, they're not easy. You
No,
have to
it's
No,
invest.
not.
they're not.
Yeah, they take
Yeah,
a
it's
lot of
work.
work.
It's like a job.
Hell
Like
yeah,
love does run out. You got to
oh,
still like the person.
I
it
feel like
Right.
does.
I feel like
It's
an outcast because I always say the opposite. Like people go, relationships are hard, and I always laugh. Relationships are really easy. Getting into them is supposed to be the hard part, and I feel like people don't do the due diligence before they make the commitment. Like people
Hmm.
go, you and your wife never argued in 7 years. I said we never really had an argument. I knew what she didn't like. She knew what I didn't like. We didn't do it. I
Right.
mean, we all of our arguments was pre-marriage.
right,
All of our disagreements was like pre-marriage. It's
right.
like you just people now they get into relationships too quick
No
Yeah.
and
courting.
then they have to break up because they thought they got a BMW and they drove it home and it was a Honda Civic.
Not even six Honda Civic.
Not even a Honda.
Well, before we wrap this up, let's give some advice. What is your random advice you would give to someone in a relationship or someone single?
Stay inside, girl. Stay inside.
If I had to tell anybody who was single, I would say really take the time to enjoy your singleness and make the decision of whether if you want to sacrifice your singleness or keep going, because it's a different spectrum when you experience success in your singleness.
Mm-hmm.
Amen. Okay. Okay.
I would just say, like I've said already, get to know that person, set boundaries, and stand strong on your boundaries. Because one thing about it, some men are like kids almost. If you give them a boundary, they'll try to go past it. They'll try to try it, every chance they get, right? So just set those boundaries, but stay firm on them because you'll be able to weed out the ones that aren't really meant for you if you
Right.
set those boundaries forefront because he'll respect you regardless if he loves you and cares about you.
Amen.
Right.
Amen.
I will say that find out what you want first.
Mm-hmm.
Find out what makes you happy. Find out what you want. Find out what you want in someone else and take your time and then jump into something committed. You know, if you find what you're looking for, or just even half of what you're looking for, because you're not going to find everything in one person.
Yeah,
Amen.
that's a good one. You're not going to find everything in one person. We have a fantasy dream, like, okay, well, I want this guy to have this, and that. And he might be lacking those three things, but he has those two things that you really need real
Right.
strong. Then it might not be a deal breaker.
Amen.
Right.
Definitely. I will say,
Oh
I
my
think
God,
that the
Earthbound.
best
Go
piece of
sit down
advice.
somewhere, Earthbound. Everybody ain't Christian. We have different religions out here. Sit down somewhere.
Honey, I'm gonna need you to stop cutting Kazaya off. Every time she talks, you get to talk.
Sorry, her best friend, Earthbound, or whoever's friend this is, getting on my nerves.
No,
Earthbound. That's
Earthbound just
Keisha. Her name
Earthbound
is
is literally
Keisha.
that.
I was just
Yeah,
saying,
Earthbound. They did
like,
their job.
my best piece of advice would definitely be to not let history hold you back. Like we were talking about a little bit earlier with, histories of maybe neglect, infidelity, abuse, things like that happen so much in relationships. And because of that, there's so many women and men who go back to the people who are,
Yeah.
doing the abusing. And that's never really a future that you want for yourself necessarily. So I just feel like if you really, really separate the person from the emotion, then that's really, really going to allow you to prosper the best in your relationship.
Mm, love
Amen.
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Amen. I agree with
And
everyone.
don't be
I definitely
judgmental.
agree. Y'all definitely was on point with that. I do want to piggyback off of Dree. Like, I feel like it comes from you within. So self evaluation is the most important thing to start with before you try to get into a relationship with someone else. Figure out
Yes.
yourself first. Figure out what you have going on, your flaws, your perfections, whatever it is. You figure yourself out, and then once you've loved yourself enough to forgive yourself for everything that you've done, then
Girl.
move on to someone else and see how much they'll love you because of you loving yourself.
Right.
And also, don't bring baggage from a last relationship into the next one because you'll just keep
Amen.
rebuilding baggage, and your bag will get
Yeah.
bigger and bigger and bigger, and then eventually you're not gonna want to carry the bag, and ain't nobody gonna want to carry it either.
Hallelujah.
By
Amen.
yourself with your cats in your house.
And learn your lessons. Learn every bit of your lessons. Do not learn your lessons. Learn your
Mm-hmm.
lessons.
My favorite response, I don't know if was it Tamara, who said, enjoy being single until you figure it out, something to
Tomorrow,
that
yep.
effect.
Tamara.
Yeah.
Because I had this saying where I always said, I'd rather, if I had the choice between being single and miserable and with someone and miserable, I'd stay single. If I had the
Yep.
choice of being single and happy and with someone and happy, I'd rather be with someone and happy.
Yep. Agreed. Yep. Ain't nothing wrong with being single, okay? Again,
No,
love yourself. Uh
shoot, that's the
oh.
time you get to enjoy all the rides at the fair.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Okay, so damn fine, girl. All right, well, that wraps up Pretty Smart. I'm glad that we had this conversation. We're going to have to spin the block on this conversation again because this was a good one. But yeah, that's that.
Yeah,
Bye,
that's it.
Thanks
guys.
for tuning
Bye.
in.
Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Right.